Hello, good morning to all. Hope all of you are safe and healthy, and please take care of yourself and your family and friends. Today, again, we are online classes. Today, we are going to discuss about peptides and peptide bonds. In last class, we have discussed about amino acids. What are peptides? Short sequences of amino acids which are linked by peptide bonds, and they are having two ends, amino terminal and carboxyl terminal. And the main important characteristics of peptide bonds is that they are not broken by conditions that denature proteins. And other characteristics of peptide bonds are they are partial double bond, and that is why they are shorter than a single bond. The length of this peptide bond is 1.33 Armstrong, and which is less than a single bond and more than a double bond. Here you see amino end and carboxyl end, and the carboxyl group of first amino acid and amino group of the second amino acid makes this peptide bond. Here you see amino acid 1, 2, 3 and so on, and they are all linked with the peptide bonds. You see that the peptide bonds are not on the same plane. They are on the different planes. Bonds are rigid and planar, so they prevent free rotation around the bond. And they are usually trans bond because in the cis position, the R groups of the amino acid residues interfere with the configuration and conformation of the structure of the protein. Now the peptide bonds are uncharged, so they don't accept or don't release any protons over the pH range of 2 to 12. But they are polar, and so they are involved in the hydrogen bonds in different secondary structures like alpha helices and beta sheets. Now you have to determine the amino acid composition of a polypeptide, and which is done by amino acid analyzer, and this is done due to know the true character of the primary sequence. And these polypeptides are cleaved in smaller fragments and then in single amino acids. This cleavage is done by peptidases. This cleavage is done by enzyme or by chemicals. And what about enzymes? The enzyme is peptidases, which are of two types, exopeptidases and endopeptidases. Exopeptidases are again of two types, aminopeptidases and carboxypeptidases. Aminopeptidases starts from the amino end of the polypeptide, and carboxypeptidases starts from the carboxyl end of the polypeptide. Now the functions of peptides. There are some important peptides which are important in for metabolism in our body. One of them is dipeptide, that is aspartate phenylalanine, two amino acids, and this aspartame is found in African berries and which is used as a sugar free for diabetic patients. Now the tripeptide, that means three amino acid residues. There is one thyrotropin releasing hormone having pyroglutamate, histidine and proline. And it stimulates anterior pituitary to release thyroid stimulating hormone, that is TSH. The next one, tripeptide, is glutathione. You have to remember the name and the composition of this glutathione. That is glutamate, cysteine and glycine. And this is the first line of defense against oxidative stress in our body. It again acts as a coenzyme with different enzymes such as transhydrogenases or peroxidases and so on. And it converts the hydrogen peroxide, which is a highly reactive and toxic compound, to water when it is in oxidized form, and then it is reduced. The glutathione participate in second phase of xenobiotic metabolism and thus making the highly reactive and toxic compounds non-toxic. One pentapeptide is enkephalins, that is having opiate-like activity and alleviate the pain. Octapeptide, that is angiotensin 2, and which is increases the blood pressure by vasoconstriction. Now nonapeptides, there are three important nonapeptides in our body. That is one is oxytocin, another one is bradykinin, and the third one is vasopressin. This oxytocin and vasopressin are secreted from the posterior pituitary. This oxytocin stimulates uterine contractions during labor. This vasopressin reabsorbs the water in tubules, and it is known as ADH2. ADH means antidiuretic hormone. And this bradykinin inhibits the inflammatory reactions in our body. There are few decapeptides. One of them is little gastrin. It is known as little gastrin because it is having 17 amino acid residues. Other one is gastrin having 34 amino acid residues. And it is secreted by mucosal cells of stomach and stimulates parietal cells to secrete hydrochloric acid. Other one is glucagon, which is one is a pancreatic hormone and maintains the glucose homeostasis. Next is gramicidin, which function as an antibiotic. And next is angiotensin 1, which is the precursor of angiotensin 2, having 10 amino acid residues, and 2 amino acids are cleaved and then it is converted to active angiotensin 2. Now about proteins. What are proteins? Physically and functionally complex macromolecules, and they are most abundant biomolecule and center of action in biological process. And making a definition of proteins, the proteins are linear polymers built of monomer units called amino acids, which are linked end to end. And each protein has a unique, precisely defined amino acid sequence, which is its primary structure. And all the characters and functions depends on this primary structure, that is amino acid sequence. This word protein is derived from a Greek word that is proteos, which means primary, and that is why proteins is having first place in living matter. Now come to the purification of proteins. If you have to study proteins and utilize in different fields of life, you have to purify them. But that is why there is a day of biochemistry, a day that means kahavat in biochemistry. Never waste pure thoughts on an impure protein. So you have to purify them and then study them. And this purification and separation is done by chromatography, electrophoresis, mass spectrometry. This mass spectrometry, that is tandem mass spectrometry, is nowadays used for newborn screening for genetic disorders. And what is this proteomics? The proteomics is the study of protein to know the entire complement of proteins. There are different functions which protein performs in our body and in other fields. It function as a biological catalyst, function as a structural framework, transport media, it function as regulatory proteins, again contractile and motile proteins performing mechanical work in our body, in our muscles. Essential nutrient, they again act as defense proteins in our body. Blood proteins regulate gene expression on chromosomes, play important role in food digestion, respiration and vision. Certain toxins are proteins, they function as a storage proteins